She walked beside power, but what did she conceal in the shadows?
Welcome back, truth seekers, to a journey into the unknown. Today, we're stepping into the enigma that is Melania Trump, First Lady, model, mystery. She's been called everything from a trophy wife to a silent strategist, but one question lingers. What secrets has she kept locked away? From the cobblestone streets of Slovenia to the gilded halls of Mar-a-Lago, we're about to uncover layers she's never dared reveal. Hit that subscribe button, settle in, and let's dive deep into the secrets Melania Trump never revealed. This is going to be a wild ride. Host, picture this. You're Melania Trump. The world's eyes are on you. Every step, every word, every perfectly sculpted eyebrow. You're married to Donald Trump, a man who thrives on chaos, and somehow you're the calm in the storm. But here's the thing, that calm, it's a facade, a mask, and behind it, there's a story, a secret story that's been begging come out. Today, we're not just scratching the surface, we're tearing it apart. By the end of this, you'll be asking yourself, did we ever really know her? Or is the real Melania still out there, hidden in plain sight? VO, let's set the stage. Melania Trump wasn't your average first lady. She didn't bake cookies or plant gardens or give tearful speeches. She was different, poised, polished, almost too perfect. Some saw it as grace under pressure. Others, they saw a woman hiding something. Something big. And in 2018, we got our first real clue. Host, October 2018. The news cycle's a mess. Border separations mid-term elections, and then out of nowhere, secret recordings leak. They're from Stephanie Winston Wolkoff, Melania's ex-friend and confidant, who've been taping their private chats. Suddenly, we hear Melania's voice, unscripted, unguarded, and pissed. They said I'm not doing enough. She snaps. Who gives a F asterisk 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 about the Christmas stuff and decorations? It's raw. It's real. And it's the first crack in that porcelain image she'd built. But here's the kicker. Those tapes, they're just the tip of the iceberg. VO. Montage of Melania at events, smiling silently. For years, she'd mastered silence. A nod here, a wave there, always composed. But those recordings flipped the script. She's ranting about the media, the White House staff, even the kids at the border. Give me a break, she says, her accent thick with frustration. It's not just a tantrum, it's a window, a glimpse into a Melania we'd never seen. But what else was she holding back? What didn't make it onto those tapes? That's where the real story begins. Host, think about it. She's lived under a microscope since 2016. Every outfit, every expression dissected. But those tapes prove something. Melania wasn't just a bystander. She had opinions. She had anger. So why didn't we see more of it? Was she scared? Controlled? Or was she playing a longer game? One we're only starting to understand now. VO. To find Melania's secrets, we got to go back, way back, to a place most of us couldn't find on a map. Melania Trump was born April 26, 1970, in Sevnica, a sleepy industrial town in what was in communist Yugoslavia. Her father, Victor, sold cars, officially. Unofficially, there's talk he dabbled in shadier deals, maybe even had ties to the Communist Party. Her mother, Amalija, worked in a textile factory, stitching patterns for a living. It's a modest start, almost too modest for what comes next. Host, by her teens, Melania's already turning heads. She's tall, striking, with those piercing blue eyes that'll later become her trademark. She enrolls at the University of Ljubljana to study architecture. But here's where it gets weird. She drops out after a year. Why? No one knows. Next thing we hear, she's modeling in Milan and Paris, strutting runways for designers who'd never heard of Sevnica. How does that happen? How does a girl from a socialist backwater break into Europe's fashion elite so fast? VO. There's a whisper, a persistent one, that her rise wasn't all talent and luck. Some say Victor's connections opened doors. Others point to a mysterious photographer, Stain Jurko, who discovered her at 17. Was he just a scout or something more? Then there's the money question. Modeling's expensive, travel portfolios rent in Milan. Where it come from? Melania's never told us. She's brushed it off, saying she worked hard. But hard work doesn't explain everything. Host. And then there's the U.S. chapter. 1996. She lands in New York on a tourist visa. B1/B2, they call it. You're not supposed to work on that. But Melania starts modeling gigs almost right away. Catalogs, magazine spreads. That's illegal, folks. Did she fudge the rules? Did someone fudge them for her? By 1998, she's got an H-1B visa. Sponsored by who? We don't know. She's met Donald Trump by then, at a party thrown by Paolo Zampalli, a shady Italian businessman. Coincidence? Or was her path paved by people we'll never name? VO. Slow zoom on a young Melania with Trump, laughing. It's a puzzle with missing pieces. Her early years are a blank slate, deliberately blank. Some say, was she ambitious, vulnerable, or was she already learning to keep secrets, to play the game that'd take her all the way to the White House? Host. September 1998. Kit Kat Club, New York City. Donald Trump's 52, married to Marla Maples, and eyeing a 28-year-old Slovenian model across the room. That's how it starts. Melania's poised, exotic, a world away from his tabloid dramas. They date, they dazzle, and by 2005, they're married in a $1 million Palm Beach extravaganza. But what was this marriage really about? Love? Power? Or a pact with terms we'll never see? VO. On the surface, it's a fairy tale. She's the beauty, he's the billionaire. But dig deeper and it's complicated. Donald's a steamroller, loud, brash, unstoppable. Melania is the opposite. Quiet, reserved, almost ghostly. Friends say she grounded him, softened his edges. Critics say she was a prop, a trophy to polish his image. But what does Melania say? In her 2024 memoir, Melania, she calls him kind and dedicated. Sweet, right? Except there's a catch. Host. Let's talk Stormy Daniels. 2018. The affair allegations explode. $130,000 in hush money. Seated hotel rooms, the works. Donald sweating. Spinning lies on Twitter. Melania? She vanishes. No press conferences, no tweets, nothing. She skips a trip to Davos. Holes up in Mar-a-Lago. Weeks later, she's back, all smiles at the State of the Union. What happened in those weeks? Was she crying into her pillow? Plotting revenge? Or had she known all along? Accepted it as part of the deal? VO. Body language experts went nuts. Every flinch, every frown became a headline. That hand swatted Andrews Air Force Base. The grimace in Israel. People said she hated him. But those secret tapes tell another story. I don't say enough. She vents. They think I'm complicit. Complicit in what? His policies? His scandals? Or something darker, a marriage that wasn't what it seemed? Host. Then there's Barron. Their son, born 2006. Melania is fiercely protective. Some say obsessive. She stayed in New York for months after Donald's inauguration, keeping Barron out of D.C.'s chaos. Was that a mother's love or shield? Did she fear what the spotlight would do to him? Or what he'd see in his father? She's never opened up about it. Not really. And that silence? It's deafening. VO. Insiders paint a fractured picture. Stephanie Grisham, her ex-chief of staff, says Melania had her own White House suite, separate from Donald's. She'd retreat there, lock the world out. Was it independence? Loneliness? Or was she guarding secrets even from him? Secrets about her past, her plans, her true feelings? Host. January 20th, 2017. Melania's First Lady. The White House is hers. Or is it? She's not like Michelle with her Let's Move campaign, or Laura Bush with literacy. She launches Be Best, a vague, anti-bullying thing that barely gets off the ground. Was she disengaged, or was she working angles we couldn't see? VO. June 2018. The border crisis hits fever pitch. Kids in cages. Families torn apart. Donald's unapologetic. It's the law, he shrugs. Melania breaks protocol. She flies to Texas, visits a detention center, but she's wearing that jacket. I really don't care, do you? The internet erupts. Her team says it's nothing, just fashion. Then those tapes leak. They're saying I don't care, she fumes. I was trying to help. So what's the truth? Was it a cry for attention? A coded message? Or a middle finger to the world? Host, let's unpack that. She claimed she pushed Donald to reunite families. Privately, of course. In a 2018 ABC interview, she says, I disagree with his policy sometimes. Bold, right? But nothing changes. Was she powerless? Or was she planting seeds, waiting for the right moment? And then there's Ivanka, Daddy's princess. Grisham says Melania despised her, called her the snake. They clashed over optics, influence, even office space. Was Melania jealous, or just outmaneuvered? VO, there's a theory, a wild one, that Melania wasn't just a bystander. She had Donald's ear more than we think. Take the 2020 election. She reportedly begged him to concede, to avoid the January 6th mess. He didn't listen, but she tried. What else did she try? What deals did she broker in those late-night talks? Did she sway him on pardons, on tariffs, on anything, and keep it quiet? Host, and don't forget the Christmas rant. Who gives AF asterisk 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 about the decorations? She snaps on tape. It's funny, until you realize she's venting about a job she never wanted. Was she trapped? Or was she biding her time, collecting secrets like ammunition for a day we haven't seen yet? VO, August 8, 2022. The FBI storms Mar-a-Lago. Classified documents, top secret stuff, found in Donald's desk is closets, even near the pool. It's a circus, but Melania's caught in it too. They search her rooms, her private sanctuary. In her memoir, she's livid. An assault on my privacy, she calls it, her voice shaking in promo clips. I never imagined this in America. She's shaken, but what's she hiding? Host, think about it. The feds don't just rummage through a first lady's wardrobe for fun. What were they after? Was it Donald's mess or hers? Those tapes hint at something. She talks about migrant kids, details about their conditions, their numbers. Did she know more than she let on? Was she keeping records, notes, something incriminating? Or was it personal? Letters, photos, a past she'd buried? VO, she doesn't say. She deflects, focuses on the violation, but the timing's eerie. She's been out of the White House for over a year, living quietly, too quietly. Was she planning something? A book? A move? Or was she just waiting for the other shoe to drop? Host, and then July 2024. An assassination attempt on Donald. A bullet grazes his ear to rally. Melania's memoir teaser ties it to her story. A moment that changed us, she says. But she stops there. Was she terrified? Relieved? Did it push her to spill or seal her lips tighter? She's back as First Lady now, March 2025, and the silence is thicker than ever. VO, here's where it hits hard. Melania's secrets aren't just about power or scandal. They're about a woman who's lived a double life. Was she happy? Did she choose this? Or was it chosen for her? In her memoir, she writes, I found strength in solitude. Poetic, sure, but it's also a wall. What's behind it? Host, voice softens. I keep replaying those tapes. I don't say enough, she says. It's not just frustration, it's regret. Maybe she wanted to scream, to fight, to break free. Maybe she still does. But there's Barron, her anchor. She shielded him from everything. Paparazzi, politics, even Donald's shadow. Is that her real secret? Not what she knows, but what she feels. For her son, for herself, for a life she can't escape. VO. Or maybe it's bigger. Maybe she's got dirt on Donald, on the administration, on people we'd never suspect. Maybe she's waiting, holding it like a trump card. Or maybe, just maybe, she's still that girl from Sevnica, dreaming of a different story, one she'll never tell. Host, Melania Trump's back in the White House, back in our lives, and still, she's a ghost. What's she hiding? A scandal? A sorrow? A truth that could rewrite history? I want your take. Drop in the comments. If this hit you, smash that like button, share it, and subscribe. We're just getting started. Next week, we're tackling another mystery, so stick around. Until then, keep digging. The secrets are out there and they're waiting.